So I thought that I would take the opportunity really quick. My seat's way too forward. Let me turn my fan on. Alright, so I thought I'd take the opportunity to redo a video. I did a video showing you guys what to do once you place an order and you get your order, especially for those who do not have experience with ordering from slime shops or slime in general. A lot of times we can have a bad experience with slime because we don't really know what to do. And there are a few things that you can do to help it move along a little bit better and minimize issues. If you've ever had a bad slime experience, you know what I'm talking about. Sorry, my throat is just not clearing up today. Alright, so what I've got here are two different slimes. Now these are just my slimes, my play slimes, and I guess you could say experimental stuff. A lot of times I will take, like, this is just a clear slime with black glitter scented like strawberry. I will typically take these and blend with other things and see about creating new textures and how long scents can be stable without giving off a funky aroma eventually. All kinds of stuff like that. How things hold up, longevity, quality, and stuff like that. Sometimes this is how I do it. I do it and then I put it away for a few months. Anywho, I've got one that is very underactivated. This is a clear slime. As you can see, it's very liquidy. Now, when I send out slimes, I am over-activating them. And the reason I'm over-activating them is because I live in Texas. We are in hot summer most of the time. So I like to make sure that, like, if the slime is going somewhere else hot, then during that time in the mail, it is not turning into this. So over-activating is something that all slime shops do. So you don't get this in the mail. That doesn't mean, though, eventually you won't have this on your shelf if you put your slime up away for a little bit and forget it's there or get real busy. So I do want to go over both, but we're going to start with the over-activated slime. This is a demo mock-up of a slime. Again, it is a clear slime. I told you I'm obsessed with clear slime. This is something I'm thinking about calling Nebula because of the really cool colors, and it has color shifting paint. Although what's interesting is I had to go back in and add more of the shimmery blue pigment powder because for some reason it stuck to my hands, gloves, and table when I was mixing it. It was so weird. So it was almost like just a single, you know, shiny purple. So I had to go back in and add some. Anyways, let's get going. I'm going to go ahead and moisturize my hands. I already washed them. So I'm going to moisturize them. Now, I typically do prefer to use baby oil mixture. I have a mixture of baby oil with coconut oil. But for today, I'm going to do this. I'm going to use lotion because what you're going to be getting in your kits is lotion. So this is an overactivated slime, so it is not liquidy. It's actually quite easy to pull out. Now, I was playing with this one last night, so it may not be as stiff. You know what? I do have a different one that I can use. It's actually a glow-in-the-dark slime. Let me see how... Yeah, so if we look at that, the stretch is actually really great. So this is almost a perfect texture that you're going to want. Because your warm hands are going to soften it up and allow it to move and stretch better. Eventually, though, the more you play with it, the more it will stiffen up. And you will see this when you are working with underactivated slime. That, especially clear slime, like the more you play with it and roughhouse it, you know, fold, stretch, pull, it tends to firm up. And there goes everything. Okay, so that is Nebula. It's at a really great consistency and texture right now. So I'm not sure if this is going to be something that we're going to continue with for the example of how to soften up your overactivated slime. Now, we can do a few things to handle overactivated slime or slime that's a bit too firm, not stretchy. I'm thinking about including in my kits also a dropper bottle of the baby oil, coconut oil, by adding 1 or 2 or 3 drops of vegetable glycerin, because glycerin is another way to get your slimes to be stretchy. I think it will be quite cost effective because those ingredients together are very cheap, especially being that the glycerin, there's only a few drops. Like, honestly, I can most likely use 3 drops in like half a gallon and it still be quite effective. So it may even only just be 1 drop of glycerin to the oil mixture, the little dropper. Yeah, so this one's quite the right texture. So let me grab a different one. The color is fantastic though. And the only thing that's coming off is a little bit of the coloring, the pigment, barely. But the shimmer, the glitter and stuff is coming off. That is normal. I am really big about not having slimes in my shop that are going to stain your hands. So if I go through a process, and I see this a lot with clay, and if I'm using heavy colorants, it depends on the amount, of course, but colored clay, even modeling clay, like a Model Magic, tends to be transferring the color a lot, and that's something I don't like. I know it's people may have different opinions, but for me, if the color is getting on my hands or my kids' hands and then onto my couches or their clothing, that can be problematic. So that's something I like to try to avoid. Okay, this is a better one. Yes, this is actually a glow in the dark that I made the other day, and it works so well. As you can see, it is a very thick putty. This is the texture of clear slime. When you get my fully clear slime, which is not on the website yet, this is what you get. The texture will be firm. Again, not only to make it through, but also for you to have more play with it. Now, anytime you do get slime, you are going to want to minimize your play time to about 10 or 15 minutes per, because you can dry it out and yeah, then you have problems. So if you limit your play time to about 10 or 15 minutes per, then you won't be killing your slime, so to speak. All right, so for those of you who do not know, when you first sit down to open your slime, before you touch it, anything, you need to wash your hands very, very well. Now here I am set up with a slime surface. It's glass with contact paper covering it. And I only did that because of the reflection. It was really difficult to film on. But you're going to want to make sure that your surface is clean and sanitized. You're also going to make sure your hands are nice and clean and scrubbed, especially your nail beds. And then you're going to moisturize. You can use, like I said, baby oil, coconut oil. I prefer lotion softener. This is included in every slime kit. Where did it go? You also will be getting activator. This is a spray bottle activator. I have 2 different spray bottles. I have the 10 ml, which is typically filled with the, it's a bit stronger than the 1-to-1 ratio of borax powder to water. It's 1.25 teaspoons to 1 cup of water. It's just a tiny bit stronger, and I like that for this right here because of the fact that it's very small. There's not a lot in it, but it will go a little bit further. Don't overuse it though. 1 or 2 sprays at a time. Trust me. You'll also be getting your softener, your lotion. And like I said, I'm thinking about adding in the oil softener as well with a tad bit of glycerin in it. That'll make sure that the consistency, if you get super hard slime, you can soften it up a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is put some lotion in my hands. Yes, I'm going to do it again. Slime really likes to absorb the lotion as well. So you may have to stop and re-moisturize your hands as you go, which is one of the reasons I do like to add the oil to it, because once my hands are dry again, I like to put the oil. It tends to go a little bit further. Okay, so my hands are moisturized. Now we're going to get into the slime. So I get the slime out, and you see that it rips. This is the preferred shipping texture. However, it is not the preferred playing texture. So in order to soften this up a little bit like we had here, I'm going to take more lotion and I'm going to smear it on my hands, but I'm not going to rub it in, okay? So get it in there, into your lotion, into your slime. And you're going to want to work it in. As you can see, it's already starting to work. Still rippy, and that's okay. We'll keep going. For big orders, I will absolutely make sure that I am sending out the proper amount of tools. Now, you can use any lotion in your home that you want. I send out a white, unscented, uncolored lotion. I think this is better to not, mix up. And the reason that I include all this stuff is so that you don't have to stop and make your activator. You don't have to stop and look for lotion, or you don't have to stop and go buy baby oil. You've got everything in your kit to play immediately. Now, yes, I do also send out borax packets. It has 1 teaspoon of borax powder. You add that to 1 cup of hot water. That part must be done by an adult, or at least an older child with adult supervision. I don't want any accidents. The packets that come with your activator and your softeners will say, "Hi, I make your slime time more fun, but I need to see an adult first," or a grown-up, I think is the word that I used. And I have it labeled like that so that the parents can see what's going on and put the borax in a safe location until it's needing to be used. But I do recommend making it right away, having a grown-up make it, letting the kid sit down, get set up, and then having the grown-up or the parent go ahead and make it, store it in a labeled bottle so that when the sprayer runs out, we're good to go with more. I personally like to wait to use that mixture when it's fresh until it is back to room temperature. And you're going to want to stir or put in a bottle and shake until you see all the granulates have been completely absorbed or dissolved. I guess that's the better word to use. So as you can see, we are making some headway here. It's getting softer. And we are almost there. Yeah, we have a little bit more to go. So this is how you're going to soften up any slime that comes in that is too activated, still too activated. And we have to be honest, sometimes shipping can take a while. So in the event that your slime is out in the heat for more than like 4 days, say it takes 2 weeks to get there or something, or sits on your patio in the heat for a day and a half, you're going to be so happy that I sent it out like this, because this is far more difficult to deal with. Now, I'm used to it, so I can handle it right away. The one thing that you're going to have to remember, though, when working with under-activated slime, it's messy. Give yourself a big enough surface or big enough heavy bowl and patience, because it's not going to be right away. It's going to take time and take time and take time and take time. Now, not a whole lot, but you feel my drift. Now, slime also deactivates on its own over time. So if you open your slime like this and you play with it, it's still firm, you put it back in its container and you set it down for a week or 2 weeks most likely. The longer it sits, the more it deactivates. These did not deactivate like this and turn liquid because I had it in the heat. It's just something that happens over time with all homemade slimes. Even store-bought slime can do the same, but it just seems to happen on a different rate for some reason. I don't know what they put in that stuff. Okay, so you get the gist there. And if you guys ever have any more specific questions about slime texture, what's going on, especially if you bought from me. Even if you didn't buy from me, if you're having issues with your slime, or you want to find a way to make slime time better for your kids or for yourself, feel free to comment on any of my slime videos, or you can private message me. I've got email listed there as well. You can always email me. I don't mind helping. I think slime time can be a lot of fun, but for a lot of people it can be challenging if you've never really dealt with slime before, or if you've, you know, gone in the past with slime and had a bad experience with it. I'm sure that it's left a nasty taste in your mouth regarding slime. So anytime something like that comes up and you have questions or you need help, I am really, really happy to help. Like I said, whether you purchased from me or not. All right, let's move on. Did I knock it over again? I did. So these sprays, now I'm going to lotion up again. I want to show you a cool trick. With the activator, whenever I'm getting into a slime that is underactivated, I will put my softener on. I do like to focus on the top of my hands as well, because it can get up there. Down here too on your wrists is an odd spot, because we tend to stop right here and not put the lotion past. I've had slime dry up here or get stuck up here when it wasn't sticking down here, so I do like to bring it up a little bit too. And then I like to go in with my activator with that fresh softener, and you see it kind of spreads out the activator better. On my gloves, I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but when I'm wearing gloves and I put activator on, it kind of just slips right off. So yeah, the lotion helps it actually, or any softener will help it stick a little bit better. Let's see if I can do this all greased up. Oh Lord, what did I do? There it is. Oh my gosh, what a goofball. Why did I do it in that order? All right, so these containers are what I call my buddy buckets. They are not available on every selection. Right now, the one that does have it on my shop is the cloud slime, the the snowman buddy bucket is what I call it. It's for sharing. I was trying to find, it's a 10 ounce, but I was trying to find a 12 ounce, but I couldn't find a 12 ounce. I think a 12 ounce would be better for sharing. Now you can use the spray, and I want to show you. Since this is a little bit stronger than your 1-to-1, it's 6 sprays, and I'm going to show you where that's going to get me real quick. It's still very liquidy, but you see how it's kind of like slipping off of my fingers? That is because I put the activator and softener on my hands. So it's not trying to stick to me per se just yet. Like I said though, your slime really likes to absorb the softeners. So it is necessary to keep these items on hand when you're getting into your slime. So you sit down with your slime, you wash your hands first, make sure that your surface is clean, and I do recommend using a surface. Whether you're a pro and you've dealt with slime for a long time and you love slime, you play with it all the time, whatever the case may be, I think a surface just calls for so much better and more fun slime play. However, you can do whatever you are comfortable with. But I definitely recommend for beginners, especially children of the younger age, especially, a surface is a better way instead of allowing them to walk around with goopy slime. Until they get used to how to play with it, definitely a surface. It will they'll be able to teach it, learn how it moves in their hands and what to expect, how it feels. And also, guys, with kids that are small, like even for myself, if I sit down at the couch with slime, if I'm going to watch a movie and I just want to relax with some slime, I never take an 8 ounce with me. I always take like a 4 or a 2 ounce because I have small hands and I know what my hands can handle without becoming problematic. And so you can use that same discretion at home. with yourself or with your kids. I tried taking slime in my car one time when I was waiting for my kids to come out of their football practice. And that was such a mess. Like, I didn't make a mess, but I thought I was going to read, pop my feet up, get my slime out, kind of play with it in the container. And it just did not happen that way. Oh my gosh, it was so silly. There are times to slime and time not to slime. So I want to show you something. I'm going to go ahead and start using this just because it's my little cheat. However, this is why I say to go ahead and make the activator as soon as you can. I'm going to come in with mine so I can get it done quickly for video sake. Again, these are small, 10 milliliters, so it's going to go on the fast side. I tend to include plenty of spray bottles. I think I do 1 per 3 or 1 per 2 slimes, because not everybody, I mean, if you've got a family of 2 kids and you order 3 slimes, I'm sure each kid is going to want a slime. So it's not like you're going to go one at a time. That doesn't happen with kids. They don't take turns playing with toys. So having more than one sprayer is kind of obvious. Yeah. Now, once you get it to a certain point, you can go ahead and dump it out onto your surface. I'm going to get my hands again, just to make sure it's not sticking to me, but itself. Once it starts sticking to itself, pulling away from the walls, then you start realizing, that's when you start to see that the slime is almost ready and it's getting to the point of activation where it needs to be in activation. Now, I've left it quite gooey and sticky. It's still sticky, trust me. If I didn't have activator and softener on my hands, it would be really sticky. But like I said, I'm going to show you something. So I've left it semi-sticky, and I'm going to play with it for a minute and show you what I mean by playing with clear slime that gets it to activate. This strawberry look is supposed to be strawberry jam. It still smells like strawberry. It's hard to find scents, these candle and what do you call it? Soap scents that actually smell like real strawberry. And I've smelled some that smell like certain things, like coffee smells, grass, flowers that smell dead on. But for some reason the foods come out way different. The watermelon, the strawberry, papaya. The citrus gets a little close. I'll admit that. Soda. Oh, and I smelled a banana cream pie one that was, it smelled nice and sweet. I have a hazelnut coffee one that stinks so bad. And I'm going to make my Webtoon series slimes soon. But I cannot make more slimes until I sell more slimes. I don't have room for it in my small shop. I'll show you my shelf here in a little bit. I am about to run out of space. But I am forcing space for the autism awareness. So I'm going to be doing autism awareness, and through the month I'm going to find some different activities that we can do. But I'm going to be releasing the slime on April 22nd, which is Autism Awareness Day. I might even do it right before. It depends on what the day is, because I'm not going to release on a Wednesday. Let's just get that straight. I'm not releasing on a Wednesday. On a weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Alright, so we have gotten to a nice spot with this slime. But I want to show you still how runny it is. Even though it's nice and soft, it's really good play for a surface. I want to show you something though. I'm going to hold it. And I want to show you its drip and drizzle. So this is how we categorize slimes into beginner slime, intermediate slime, and expert slime, by its runniness or drizzle. So clear slime is an expert level slime. It has a lot of drizzle. It is very sensitive to activation, sensitive to deactivating. So it's not something that I would recommend for a 4-year-old for sure. However, with supervision, I think there is a right time and right place for it. Now, I'm going to go with a little bit more activator. Now, here's when you want to start being real careful with the activator. Because you see where we are basically activated. We're just going to add more to take away some of the sticky and make it a little bit more firm so that the drizzle is not as fast. The problem is once we get to here, it likes to activate itself really quick. So you do need to be careful. And this is why spray bottles come in really handy at this point especially. Because it's easy to overpour with a open top bottle like that versus a spray bottle where you're doing the uniform amount each spray. Yeah, so anyways, my webtoon series I want to do sometime this summer. And I'm going to be doing the most ordered coffee drink in Korea. In Korean coffee culture, cafe culture, tends to be the Americano. Iced Americano, I think, is the #1, but I think right behind that is the regular hot Americano. I did a poll on this on Twitter. And it's funny because so many people voted definitely that one. Which I thought that was correct, but I just wanted to make sure. I also want to do a honey bread slime. I've seen so many slimers do it though, so maybe not. But there's so many options. Okay. So I'm happy with this texture for myself. Let's do the drizzle test again. Taking a lot longer. My goofy pinky, it doesn't like it. A lot longer now. You see that? It's a lot better, a lot safer. And also, if you see yourself about to drop slime, don't sling your hand. I've seen so many mishaps by doing that. You just want to bring in another hand quickly, or a plate or a bowl or a container. If you sling it around to like move it, basically what I'm saying is don't move this hand to catch slime. Bring in something else to do it, because you'll sling that so fast. Oh my gosh, I've seen the funniest takes on that, you guys. Oh, slime can be so funny. Yeah, that's a wonderful texture. Yep, so that is how you're going to handle your under and over activated slime. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up my mess now. But I want to go over a few reminders really quick to cap before we are done. First, always wash your hands. You don't want to get dog hair or Cheetos or food of any sort or hair products or makeup into your slime, dirt, whatever it may be. You don't want to get that into your slime, nor regular bacteria. So washing your hands really well, especially the nail beds, is a nice way to keep your slime clean and sanitary. And you want to sanitize your surface. Then you need to use a softener on your hands. And you want to keep activator with you. Activator and softener are included in every kit that I sell, no matter how small or big. Let's see what else. Making sure that you're playing with the proper amount. Now, if you're on a big surface like this, I love big batches of slime like that. It's so much fun. But if you're going to be somewhere like the car, the kitchen, the car, the couch, or walking around, standing, talking to someone, just grab a small handful, 2 to 4 ounce, I would say. And same goes for small hands like children. If you've got a 6-year-old who's never had slime before, I would definitely recommend smaller size. Break your 8 ounces in half. That's a nice way to go. Or order the 4 ounce. I try to make sure that I have 2 sizes available for all my slimes. Because I know that it's better like that for little ones. Oh, and I wanted to throw something else out there, guys. If you order from me, and say you order 2 slimes, and you've got 2 kids, go ahead and let me know. Email me extra. If you want to reach out to me on social media, direct message me. You can always say, hey, I just placed an order. This is my order number. I would like to inform you that we're ordering 2 slimes for 2 kids. And then I'll know, okay, so I'm going to send some extra containers if she wants to break it down so that they both get their 2 containers of both slimes. Then they've got plenty of containers to do that with. So if you need extra containers, feel free to let me know. With inflating slimes, I will always send out an extra container anyway, because there's a good chance you won't be able to close it up once you play with it for a while. It'll inflate. It will not fit back into an 8 ounce, for example. So yeah, if you need extra sprays, just let me know, guys. Anything more than normal, I will either charge you or say, you know, hey, I can cap it at this, but if you want to buy more, that's available. But within reason, of course. I get it. If you've got a bunch of kids trying to share 2 of these, that may not work. It might get lost too. So, hey, I understand. I got kids that are crazy, wild kids, so I get it. So yeah, once you're done playing with your slime, make sure you clean up your slime surface, and never, ever forget to wash your hands after slime play with the the fragrance oils, with the borax solution, with the glues, glitters, and stuff like that. You're gonna want to wash your hands afterward. Please do so. There have been people that have allergic reactions to the borax itself, but it's so rare. But the main thing is cleanliness, of course. You want to make sure that you don't run around with, you know, tinted hands and glitter. Glitter in the eye is a bad thing. So always wash your hands afterwards. Wipe your play surface afterwards. And slime is not food. No matter how much it looks like food, smells like food, or resembles food, slime is not food. All of my slime is non-toxic. All of my ingredients are non-toxic, but that doesn't mean that it's made for ingestion. If you eat slime, it's going to give you a tummy ache, and it will not taste good. I promise, no matter how good it smells, it's going to taste awful. Do not ever eat slime. It is a toy. It is not food. I love you guys. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. If you have any questions about my shop, please feel free to direct message me, and take care. I appreciate you guys stopping by and learning.